Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, welcome back to the next episode of Bullet Points. Now, what Bullet Points is a supplement show to our politics news analysis 2A show up here at 9 p.m. every night. This one is meant to bring a little more personality and also just really bring some things to light that we need to say. There's a lot of things that we can analyze, but until we start addressing the hypocrisy and confronting it head on, we're not going to make the moves we need to make, and that's what this show is all about. Now, I need to know what you guys think on this because this is still in beta. I'm still figuring out and tweaking everything, so let me know what you guys think in the comments field below. But with that, let's dive in because this bullet point, we're going to talk about how many arms actually were given to the Taliban. Those exact same arms that President Biden says we should not be allowed to have because deer don't use bulletproof vests. And by the way, while we're hovering around the subject, do you think that the Taliban went through universal background checks to make sure that everything was a safe and responsible legal gun owner in Afghanistan? I digress, but everything is linked in the description box below, but this is important, guys, because this highlights the hypocrisy. I know you guys know about it, but this is something to show people and really bring up when it really matters really soon. Conversation is key, and having everyday common sense language with each other is important. All right, so let's dive in. Here's the first article that we're going to quote from. Taliban seizes U.S. weapons in Afghanistan, stockpiling helicopters, guns, and trucks. After collapse of Afghanistan's U.S.-supported military, grenade launchers, missiles, and aircraft are now wielded by militants. Great. Now keep in mind, these are the same people in power who were in charge of this evacuation, are the ones that left these behind in the hands of a known terrorist regime. Just saying. They tell us we can't have these things and we shouldn't because we're not safe enough and we need to have universal background checks, red flag laws, and take things away. Meanwhile, they leave them $80 billion for the Taliban in Afghanistan. It's a little bit of a contradiction there, and that's what we're really hitting on, okay? So, let's get into the quotes. Scores of videos have emerged of Taliban fighters rejoicing near abandoned American helicopters, carrying U.S.-supplied M24 sniper rifles and M18 assault weapons, stacking other small arms and materiel in unending piles and driving Humvees and other U.S.-made military trucks. Great. Phenomenal. Awesome. I'm so excited. The Taliban have seized airplanes, tanks, and artillery from Afghan outposts and from evacuating U.S. personnel, revealing one of the heavier costs of the U.S. troop withdrawal amid a collapse of Afghanistan's government and army. So all of these things are now handed to people who, I'm pretty sure, didn't go through the universal background check. They also don't have a Second Amendment like we do, but we shouldn't have ours, right? It kills me. This is from the Pentagon. This is the spokesman from the Pentagon. I want to hear from you guys on this one. We obviously don't want to see our equipment in the hands of those who would act against our interest, or the interest of the Afghan people, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said at the press briefing earlier this week. Now, this guy is a joke. This guy is such a joke. But exactly how much did we give the Taliban? Let's actually put numbers on this so we can share this out, because this is important. We gave them a freaking army. The U.S. sent nearly 600,000 small arms, 76,000 vehicles, and 208 airplanes to Afghanistan's military and police from 2003 to 2016, according to a 2017 Government Accountability Office report. Now, all of these articles are in the description box below, like I said, but that is staggering. 600,000. But we can't have these things, guys. We are not safe. You know, it's not common sense gun reform. But this is. This makes Fast and Furious look like slow and not furious. Like, this is ridiculous. All right. Here's John Kirby again. We don't have a complete picture, obviously, of where every article of defense materials has gone, but certainly a fair amount of it has fallen into the hands of the Taliban, he said. Really? A fair amount of 600,000 small arms. Great job. Missiles, aircraft, Humvees. I can't imagine how this could possibly be used in a negative manner. But meanwhile, here at home, we got to make sure we pass H.R. 8 and 1446, because that's really important. These guys are so duplicitous and disingenuous, I can't even think of any more words. That's just so bad. And this is the part which is really bad, because this is effectively funding terrorist activity. Here's how. So you keep in mind that all the things that they have on board that they can use, they will. But those things they can't, that's considered a surplus and they're going to sell to foreign nations. Here you go. And the Taliban can always just sell off anything they can't learn to use or maintain themselves. That's like sensitive equipment, FLIR equipment, military equipment, helicopter equipment, Humvees, military systems, anti-armament systems, armor systems, all the things that are classified information that our adversaries abroad cannot get access to. They are now going to be selling that information and those materials to those countries, and it's going to fund their activities. This is such a monumental failure, but these are coming from the same people who say we are not responsible enough to have our Second Amendment when it's written into the Constitution. Spend all their time conniving ways to get around our Second Amendment, but meanwhile leave 600,000 small arms in an unstable country of which we just left abysmally, by the way. And how do you think that's going to turn out? Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below. That was this bullet point. And until tomorrow, I'm Braden. See you later.